Thank you so much for going through the Calling in the One program with me. You just were so awesome in it, and it was such an honor to hold that space with you. What was it like? What brought you to doing this work in the first place?
I was going through a period of, trying to date and trying to, find a relationship, and I just was not having any luck, and I was just like being really down and out on myself, and kind of telling myself like, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I find someone? And I think just dealing a lot with like self-esteem issues, and yeah, just having a hard time with it and feeling very emotional about it.
Hmm. And what shifts were you feeling during the 7 weeks? Like it was an intensive, right? Like every day doing something in the program. Like what shifts were you feeling?
Well, I feel like the shifts that I was feeling was really so internal. It was such deep work going within. And while there were days that maybe were harder, emotionally to kind of look at certain things, it was also very bright. Like it felt good because it was like I'm doing this work with movement. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm sitting here like in these emotions, just looking at this, but like really able to like move through them, and also like kind of like reprogram myself to think differently and like create new thought patterns like for myself. So things that maybe I was like telling myself in negative ways for years and years, like really being able to identify, hey, this is the way you've talked to yourself, or this is the story you told yourself. And how can you shift that? And what about, your childhood or your parenthood or your friendships or your past relationships is still, what are you carrying to this day, that is shaping that? And how can you take that back inside of you and take that power and shift that for yourself? So I think that was a really big for me at least.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I know you shared with me that people, friends around you that were close to you were like, "What are you doing? You're like a different person, right?"
Yeah, and I felt very renewed, and it was really cool because, it's like, they say like, when you're doing the work within yourself, like that's like the most important. Like I wasn't necessarily going out and telling people, "Hey, I'm doing this work." I wasn't telling people I was doing Calling in the One, but people were like, there's something different about your energy. You could just feel it, like something else is, going on. So that's when I would share with people like, this is what I'm doing right now. And but yeah, like I could feel it within myself. Like I think I just felt this like happiness, this ownership of power, that was so beautiful. And I think it really just like showed and shined through to my community.
Oh, that's so beautiful. This is why I do this work. It's not right. Like if you were gonna tell your friend, if one of your best friends was like on the fence about like should I invest in myself and go into this program, like it's not about the partner, right? Like what would you tell them about this work is it's mainly about you, right?
Yeah, I think that is the biggest lesson, and for me, that I took away from this. Like I think it's the most obvious thing, right? Everybody says you can't love someone else until you love yourself. And we hear this over and over, and it feels so cliche, but really it's so true. And I don't think that we realize like these patterns that we have within ourselves. So like doing Calling in the One, and like really showing up for myself and investing in me and loving me and understanding that I am the one. Like I am the one that I bring this love. I attract this love. I can create these patterns for myself, new ones, new healthy ones. And I would definitely tell somebody, yes, I think you should, like it may not be comfortable the entire time, but doing it with you specifically, Kristen, I felt so safe. I felt like I just had like, I mean, we did all of our sessions on Zoom, but like I literally felt your presence like with me. Like I felt like a big hug, because there was lots of tears. There were a lot of tears that were going on, but I felt so kindly and gently guided through this, which I think is so special. And I think, especially, it was so amazing to incorporate like hypnotherapy and Reiki, because I really am into like holistic wellness all around. And so to be able to bring in like these energy practices was also so transformational and so powerful. So I really appreciate that.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, expressing your thoughts and your journey with me, and it was my honor. So just to see you blossom, like there
Aw,
7 weeks, you were a different person from the beginning to our conclusion. And thank you so much for taking the time to share.
thank you. And if I could just add
Yeah.
one thing in is, 7 weeks of like committing to yourself every day,
Mm.
I think is such a powerful thing. It really makes so much doable for yourself, because I think so many times like we're giving ourselves away, especially in relationships. So I think that this course really calls for you to invest in you and commit to yourself every day, which can be so difficult, but like, wow, so powerful when you do it. You're like, wow, I really love me. Like I spent that time for myself. I did this. So yeah.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Thank you. Wow. Oh, sweetie, thank you so much. And yeah, the payoff for doing the work and really going into that shadow is there's just you can't put a price tag on it. Like it's just and it's that work that's going to stay with you forever, right? Because
Yeah.
once you figure out what your blockages are and what your stories are and you get yourself out of it, then life is just yours to create 100%.
Yeah, it
So
is. Thank
beautiful.
you.
Thank you.